And today we are at Fathom with Tyler and Jason. They're going to show us how they created the immersive experience Fathom in downtown Portland.
My name is Tyler Fuqua. I am a co-founder of Roboto Octopato and one of the artists here as well. Been creating art for over 15 years, large-scale stuff for public art, for festivals, for Burning Man, and all sorts of wild and wacky stuff.
My name is Jason Hutchinson. I too am a founding member of Roboto Octopato. Tyler and I building large-scale public art for over 15 years. I'm a contributing artist to Fathom with multiple pieces around the showcase.
So Fathom is a wacky underwater world from another dimension. And we designed it to be accessible and engaging for everybody, from kids to grown-ups, people of all ages, all cultures. We wanted to create a world where things aren't exactly what they seem, yet somewhat familiar at the same time. And I think we kind of really nailed it, quite honestly.
We built Fathom not just for everyone, but we built it for ourselves. We're artists that like to kind of push each other's buttons and push each other's boundaries. And so this was a collaborative effort that allowed many Portland area creatives to get together and interchange ideas and work with one another to kind of push themselves into new territories and things that were unfamiliar to them. One of the very cool things about Roboto Octopato is we have brought together so many artists and technicians and sound engineers and lighting people that many of our artists, including ourselves, have ideas but don't have all the skills to put those into action. And Fathom has enabled us to bring artists together with people that specialize in other types of things like technology to really push all of our art into a deeper place.
Yeah, so Roboto Octopato has 5 co-founders that kind of oversee everything, make sure everything runs smoothly. And then we have over 30 artists and probably even double that in volunteers that have helped out over the last few months. We've got artists of all sorts, from, like Jason was saying, from tech people to sculptors to painters. Just all these different mediums have come in to create almost a seamless world here where you walk in and you are literally transported to this weird other dimension. And so it's been really great working with all these other artists. I've learned a lot, and it's been so fun helping them fulfill their visions too. And they would come up with an idea, they're not sure how to do it, so we would help. How can we help you make this happen? And that's just been a huge fun part of this whole experience.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking on what Tyler said and what I'd said a little earlier, there's many talented people in this community that have ideas bigger than what they've been able to manifest on their own. And so this has really been able to help all of us really push our creativity further than we had prior. I think that, again, there's so many creatives in this city. As Tyler said, there's 30 roughly collaborative artists, but we had people showing up to work parties to just help create little pieces of coral and things that you might find around the exhibit. Not a whole lot of skills, but a whole lot of willingness to help. And that was also a really cool thing, just how many people showed up from the community to make this happen for us.
Well, we really hope that audiences take the time to look at all the detail that we've put into this whole space. There's so many nooks and crannies to explore. You could walk through it and be like, okay, that was some cool art, but if you really take the time to explore all the space and do the scavenger hunt and just really explore everything that we have to offer here, we think that you will definitely find the extreme value that this team has brought together for this space.
People will walk out of here, most people that I've seen walk out of here just have a look of kind of joy on their face. There's kind of a universal child in all of us, and I think that as people come into the space and they kind of find themselves lost in this world, it brings back a little bit of their childhood wonder and a little bit of their exploratory nature that I think sometimes as adults we lose. I see a lot of people just come out through the drift shop with big smiles on their face, and really that's sparking joy is kind of my goal. as an artist.
Yeah, when I work here as a docent, one of the best parts about it is just listening to people, how they interact with the space. You'll hear oohs and ahs, or even a little scream perhaps or something, and just hearing their positive comments, that's one of the most rewarding parts of working in the space, is just hearing how much people love it, and it happens all the time. It's great. Yeah, so it's like I was saying, Jason and I are two of the co-founders. We also have Chris Herring, Jean Margaret Thomas, and Kevin Kearns are the other three founding members here, and we all work really hard together to make this place work. I would love to start naming artists, but there's so many amazing artists out there that I'm friends with here. I don't want to miss anybody's name, but you know who you are, because we couldn't do this without you. That's for absolutely sure. Melvin Mark is our landlords here. They've been so gracious of giving us this space. We transformed this old building that's been empty for years into this just magical wonderland. So we're super thankful for them. And as far as where to get tickets, we have a website, amazing as that can be, at www.roboocto.com. That's ROBOOCTO.com. Also, of course, on Instagram at #FathomPDX. And that's how you get a hold of us, that's for sure. You can get tickets there, and we are actually starting to sell out definitely certain time slots of the day. So get your tickets now, because we're just getting more popular by the day.
Currently, Fathom is open until the end of October, but that would require us to strike, so it'd be a little bit sooner than that. That would be our last ticket sold. But we are working currently to try to extend the show into well past the winter and into March. So at this point, we're waiting to hear back, but hopefully that will be taking place, and we'll be able to make that announcement very soon.
Yes, and we are also open currently Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is 3 to 10, Saturday is 1 to 10, and Sunday is 1 to 8. So those are our current hours. Like I said, we're getting popular. We may expand our days open, but stay tuned to find out.
One last thing, we are family friendly, but if you are maybe less excited about having kids around all the time, we do have an adult hours. Any ticket after 6 o'clock is adult 16 and over only on Friday nights. So Friday nights is your adult only hours.
This is the fashion future.
Girl, you know I really like your style, and the way you look, it drives me wild. Girl, you flawless with your look, and you know you're off the hook. Maybe later we could play around. Girl, you know I really like your style, and the way you look, it drives me wild. Girl, you flawless with your look, and you know you're off the hook. Maybe later we could play around. It's a late night party, smoking with your friends. Got them bottles popping, you know it's all good vibes tonight. Everything feels so right, and your body's looking right. Baby girl, let's get it started. Girl, you know I really like your style, and the way you look, it drives me wild. Girl, you flawless with your look, and you know you're off the hook. Maybe later we could play around. Girl, you know I really like your style, and the way you look, it drives me wild. Girl, you flawless with your look, and you know you.
Oh no, Johnny, where'd you go? I need to still interview you. here with Colin Jones and Simon, both musicians from Portland, Oregon. So,
Future Snakes. That's the name.
Future Snakes? Oh, cool. Yeah, Future Snakes.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
It actually,
coming along.
that's a good little point there. We didn't actually even start making music until we had this band name. From where it came, I cannot recall. But then we were Future Snakes, so we kind of had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just catalyzed creativity.
I think the name is actually kind of leading the way, and we're just kind of following at this point. You know?
Okay.
Like, what is Future Snakes? And we're helping define that.
Yeah. Well, that is really kind of leading into my next question is, you know, you both have been kind of kicking around for over a decade. You know, how has the scene changed? Because you're out there, you're creating, you're performing. How's it really changed over, you know, the past 15 years? And, you know, what are you looking forward to in the future? Future Snakes? The future of snakes?
Sure. Yeah.
The future is real. As long as we keep constructing it every day. I don't know. I think what's happened in town lately, I kind of like. Things are, I mean, in the music I've seen lately, things are being a little bit more polished.
Cool.
And when you're out on the floors, leaning against the wall, and you can kind of tell that ninth measure is really gonna hit, and it does, you're like, beautiful. And the lo-fi action lately too, it's been as it always was. There's some parts of the scene that I think are always in flux, and others that just solid, stand the test of time.
Yeah.
I kind of like the lack of like a specific credible movement right now too. The spectrum's pretty broad. Like Jenny Don't and the Spurs is in Portland doing amazing things, touring the world, and then Black Decelerant is putting out an ambient record that is like got a ton of like really good response from it. You know, it's just a very broad spectrum and a lot of room for any styles, you know, to come out of Portland right now, where sometimes, you know, a city gets kind of pigeonholed into like expectation of, oh, their rap scene is really strong. Oh, and Win in the rap scene is doing great things in Portland, you know, Amine, you know, has already broken out, you know, so it's happening, but it's happening in like all these different areas rather than like us being coined as like a specific type of music, and I like that.
Yeah.
I think there's room, and I think that's part of like kind of our goal is to not be pigeonholed into like a specific, you know, thing that's expected of Portland. You know, we want to push the boundary of what people think of when they think of Portland music, I think.
Yeah, I love that. You kind of made me think of, you know, I wonder if that is due to, you know, we just have so many independent resources here, so we aren't really, you know, dictated by any real one record label or something like that, right? Do you think that has kind of an influence on the, you know, diversity and the scope of music that's coming out of this region?
I think it will have some influence. I think it's representational of like what people are doing. You know, I don't think people are trying to live up to an expectation, and I think that's why it's working that way. It's cool. It's a good time to be making things.
Yeah, no, that's really exciting.
A lot of people are doing what they do and able to, and influencing each other.
Yeah.
I think more these days.
I love it. Yeah, because I see it, right? So we have video artists creating, you know, collaborating with music artists, and, you know, same thing with, you know, sculptors, and, you know, just I think there's a lot of cross collaboration too, just to your point of, you know, inspiring each other, being in this cool creative community. I know you're my neighbor,
Yeah,
so I mean, you don't get more community than that.
Another friend of mine that's a neighbor, lives right in the neighborhood. He's, you know, got a clothing line out, you know, doing, you know, video production. He's on X-Ray doing radio. He's like, you know, run a record label that, you know, Eric Mast, E-Rock, but he, you know, the mediums are wide open. You don't have to just be a musician, you know, like I love that, you know, like especially like with, you know, maybe even Bandcamp. I'll give a little plug there. Like just the fact that people can like promote and push their merchandise right alongside their music on their own. It's like a whole different time, you know. And I think there's a lot of people in Portland taking advantage of those, you know, vehicles. It's cool.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Radiation City?
No.
Radiation City, they were like my favorite local band back in the day. But the guy from that band, he's now doing other stuff. He's in a band called Night Heron. Cam is his name. And he actually started a little label called Literal Gold that aims to give the bands money from the first record sale and not, royalties and stuff like that.
Right.
He's like doing stuff with Bijou Cone and, other pretty cool local names.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, no, there's just a really amazing music scene here. Or there's just a diversity of scenes, right? It's not just one. It's just like all these nodes in this really cool creative network.
I don't know. I love how you could go to a punk show and see some of the same people that you'll see at a dance party. Like,
yeah.
Like everybody just is out to have a good time and enjoy quality, good, entertainment. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
Speaking of dance parties, I would like to congratulate Coco Madrid.
Hey.
We've been doing the Snap 90s dance party now for 17 years as of July.
Wow.
I would just like to give a shout out. Congrats to Coco.
Yes, that is amazing.
And thanks to Holocene and the city of Portland for keeping it going for this long. It means a lot.